Well guys, here is a very productive way to catch crappie. Very simple, pretty easy. You don't have to use this cork if you want to use the snap-on corks or or whatever. You don't have to use a slip bobber, but there's benefits for using a slip bobber like this. And I'm fixing to show you mega benefits with it. Now we have a Northern Light Bite balsa wood cork. This is a 7/8 oval. It's got some cracks and it's pretty beat up, but these are professional corks. They got a brass insert on the top, and they're very, very good for crappie fishing and, you know, brim fishing also. But anyway guys, I got her pinned with some rubber bobber stoppers. Now if you look, I got a little knot right there on the top. Just kind of holds them in place a little tighter. Same thing on the bottom. There's a little knot right there. And I'll show you what's going on here. So I cast this out there. I want to be able to twitch that without making a whole bunch of waves on the top of the water. So I can cast it out there, and while it's sitting in the water, I can just barely twitch it like that right there. And I can make that jig do some stuff, and without moving that cork very much at all. Now, if I get a snag down there, I can just take my reel and reel down to these rubber bobber stoppers and push them, and they'll go on down to my jig hook, and then I can poke and it'll unhook the snag if I get snagged in a treetop or something. But that's what I do. I just use these old rubber bobber stoppers, so I got a little extra twitching power. Now, another thing we got going on here is I usually use a tight knot. You can use a loose knot, a looping knot or whatever. That works good too, but I like to keep it like this. That way it keeps my minnow, whether I'm fishing him upside down or right side up, it keeps the minnow and the jig and the crappie bite, all of it sitting straight across horizontal with the water, like it's more of a natural presentation instead of it be hanging like this. Now if you have weighted jig heads, you can weight them and stuff, and you can make them sit up like that on their own. But I use a tight knot, that way I can control it a little better. Now you can use a crappie bite. This works good, twitching power, and for the twitching power, but you can also beef up your lure with a live minnow. And this is what I like about a live minnow. I'll take this thing and I'll hook him right on top of the head, right between the eyes. Now it looks like I'm hooking him normal, but believe it or not, when he's hanging in the water upside down, he looks wounded. So that's one thing I'm doing, is setting this up so it'll be a wounded bait. And then I'll just cast it out there, let it sit for 4 or 5 Mississippis, give it time for the fish to look at it and smell it and all that stuff. Maybe he'll taste it, hopefully, and then you just pop it maybe once and then pop it again. Let it sit there for 3 to 5 Mississippis, and then I'll do a pop, pop, pop. And that's basically the main technique. Pop, pop, pop. He'll come up there, grab it and take it under. Pop, pop, pop. And then if you don't bite that, you can do a pull, stop, and pause method, which is pull, stop, and pause. Wait 3 to 5 seconds. Pull, stop, and pause. That right there works really good. And then if you're just trying to fan out and find the crappie, you're not sure where he's at, and you just want to work the bank or something like that, just cast it out there, and you can do that pull, stop, and pause in long motions like that right there. Just real long. And you can do it pretty quick and cover a bunch of water. You get a nibble, slow way down until you figure out what they want. But that's basically the lure setup, guys, right there. Now you can use a hand-tied jig, or you can use a Bobby Garland jig. It don't really matter, as long as you keep that thing twitching every once in a while. And here's the deal, that minnow, he could die, and most people will yank that minnow off and throw him away, but not me. I'll leave him on there, cast him right back out there. Now I got the control of that dead minnow, so I can make him look lively just by keeping him twitching, letting him sit for a second or two and then twitch him. Now you're still using that minnow that you was going to throw away, and I guarantee you, if you're in the crappie, you're going to catch him with that dead minnow. They definitely will. They hit a jig without anything on it, but maybe a crappie bite or not. So you know they're going to hit the real McCoy if it's pretty fresh. He might have just freshly died, and that crappie's like, easy target, I'm going after it, it's mine. Bam, bam. Anyway, guys, that's my lure setup, and we're going to go out here and see if we can't catch a couple.